Alright, boys and girls, and welcome to Gordon Guitar. James Arthur here with the song called Just Us, a beautiful song here. So we're gonna learn this one from James Arturo, the Spanish. No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a look at this song here. So we need to set our capo here on the 6th fret. Why? Because we want to match up with the sound here in the song, but also have easy chords there. So that's the reason capo on 6. Let's go for the chords. So first we have the G. So that is 3rd on E, 2nd on A, open D, open G, 3rd B, and 3rd E. We have the A minor 7. So that is open A, 2nd D, open G, 1st B, and open E. Then we have the next chord, which I'm going to call the A minor B here. So that's very simple. You just take from this A minor 7 and take your finger, preferably your middle finger, use on the 2nd D string and put it on the 2nd A string instead. So that's the B note there. You're keeping the bass from the A minor, and that's the A minor B. So like that. All right, so that is 2nd on A, then open D, open G, 1st B, and open E. And then we have the C. So that is 3rd on A, 2nd on D, open G, 1st B, and open E. We have the D as well. So that is open D, 2nd G, 3rd B, and 2nd E. E minor, so that is open E, 2nd A, 2nd D, open G, open B, and open E. And then the final chord will be A. So that is open A, 2nd D, 2nd G, 2nd B, and open E. Alright, so let's go over the different parts here for the song. And we're gonna work with just straight downs. So no strumming patterns at all, just straight downs. So this will be very easy to instruct you guys to go through this song. So let's take a look at the first verse here. You're gonna play G 2 downs, then A minor, then A minor B, and then C 4 times. And that is one chord progression around. So G2, A minor 1, A minor B1, and C4. That was 2 rounds. You're gonna play it for 4 rounds here. All right, and I can just mention, try to focus more on the bass strings from the chord than the top strings, higher notes down there, because this is how it sounds more in the song. So stick with the bass strings, okay? And that was the first verse. Then over to the first pre-chorus, you're gonna play D 2 downs, then E minor 2, and C4. Play that for 2 rounds, so D2, E minor 2, and C4. And that is your pre-chorus. And then over to the first chorus now. Let's go with G4, then D4, then E minor 4, and C4. Over again, so G4, D4, now E minor 2 and D1. On this first chorus, only D1 plus a pause, and then C4. Then you start all over again with the C 2 times, and then D 1 time with a pause. Okay? And that builds up, this pause builds up for the next round. And yeah, just to summarize this chorus, because it's a pretty long one, we'll play and start with G4, D4, E minor 4, and C4. Then again, G4, D4, now E minor 2. And on this very first chorus, you play D1 plus a pause, and then C4. Then C2, and you end with D 1 time plus a pause. Like I said, this pause takes us to the second round, and the second round, no changes there. So the second verse is played in the same way as the first one with 4 rounds of it. And then the second pre-chorus, exactly the same again, 2 rounds of the D, E minor, and C. And then the second chorus changes a little bit. So we have the same scenario there in the start. So G4, D4, E minor 4, and C4. And G4, D4, E minor 2. But then we had this D with 1 down and a pause. Now instead you're going to play 2 downs for D. So no pause there. And then you go on with C4 and you continue with C2. And we ended with D1 and 1 pause in the first chorus. This second chorus you go with 2 downs. Okay, so instead of having this pause for the Ds, you play an extra down on them instead. So that's the only difference from the first to second chorus. Then after the second chorus comes a bridge part. It's about 2 minutes and 25 seconds into the song. And here you're gonna play C2, D2, then E minor 2, and then A, 1 down plus a pause, and then C, 1 down plus a pause. And that's the bridge parts. So C2, D2, E minor 2, A, 1 down, pause, C, 1 down, pause. And then after this bridge part comes the third and final chorus. That's the final part of the song. You're gonna play in the same way as you played the second chorus. So that means no pause there on the Ds. So play the second chorus, and then I'm gonna give you this extended parts. This is a little bit prolonged than if you compare it to the second chorus. So you play the second chorus in the same way on this third one, and then you're gonna add after the D2 there in the end, you're gonna add E minor 2, then A2, C2, and D2. So that is pretty much the third and final chorus. And then we have the outro. And the outro is played in the same way as you play the verse play. So that means G2, A minor 1, A minor B1, C4. That part you play for 2 rounds. That's the outro. So I believe it ends with just 1 C. I'm not sure there, but yeah, that's the end chord. And that pretty much sums it up for James Arthur's Just Us. So a nice song there, and great way to practice just chord switches, since it's very easy to handle the chords just straight down. So nice song with very normal and basic chords. So a good lesson there if you want to practice chord switches. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, please thumb up this tutorial and yeah, have fun with it. So till next time, play tuned.